We are joined by political analyst Tahir Javed from the Texas to discuss the Vice President J.D. Vance remarks on the progress with the U.S.-Iran talks. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Mr. Tahir, my first question to you is that how significant is the U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance statement that the Islamabad talks went right and made a lot of progress?
Well, definitely. This was an opening session, and I did not expect much from this. The both parties show the kind of muscles and strength, and also put all the cards on the table, and also show them the red lines and everything. So I agree that the things are face to face more clear than ever before. Now they both understand how they can close the deal. So in between, from the opening session till the closing session, in between, this is all about how they can negotiate and how the mediators can play the role to bring both of them to fill the gap and meet somewhere in the middle. Both the countries, I'm not going to say just Iran, but both the countries, it's their best benefit to get to the point, to get to the resolution and find the solution through talks, and which they both are, pretty much hoping, and they both are leaning towards that. So, even though when J.D. Vance made a speech, exit speech before leaving Pakistan, he did not say that this is it and we are closing the chapter or we are shutting it down. He said that we put everything on the table, and now it's their turn to think and get back to us. So basically, he clearly said that we're going to give them the time, and that's when he came back, and he further said that the people who were on the table, he thought that they probably will consult somebody higher up before the making the decisions. And I'm sure the same thing was on this side. That's why he made several calls to President Trump, and they both, this is what they call in America that now you have these the whole thing in front of you. You chew on it. You do sit in the situation room. You can decode exactly what you both spoke, and they both stated in the conversation in those 20 hours. And both sides have their experts will tell them that this is going to be our next move, and this is what we can achieve from the other side. This is simply that negotiation moving forward. I believe in next few days, like Pakistan will continue along with the Turkey and Egypt and try to get to the fill the gap and bring them towards more and more close to the deal making. And I'm sure they'll find something which maybe may give a face saving to both parties. It may not be the ideal solution to that, but on the least amount they can start the trade going, and maybe a partial sanctions being lifted from Iran, and and find another solution to how they can. Well, definitely, U.S. is not going to budge on the nuclear weapon part, but they may give them a little relaxation on some activities with frequent observation and frequent inspections, if they can let them have some civil, the nuclear program continue for the civil purposes, for the non-weapon purposes. So that's what we all are hoping, and that's that is the only sweet spot where probably this deal can be done. And Iran has to understand on the other end too that the state of Hormuz, I mean, this is not something, a unique situation where, if today the whole world, accept their autonomy and give them the control, and this is basically a violation of the original UN treaties or UN maritime bylaws or protocols are made for a long time, and there are other probably 9 to 14 other straits are in the world. I mean, different countries can choke them, and then all those people, all those countries may start asking.
Right, Mr. Tahir, despite the highest level of the direct engagement between Washington and Tehran in decades in Islamabad, why has there been no breakthrough?
Why has been what?
Why there has been no breakthrough?
Well, see, this is just it's not even a. They asked 2 weeks, and we haven't used in general the whole time. Basically, if you realize that when the President Trump gave an ultimatum, the last time, and the whole breakthrough came in the last few minutes. If you realize, so the both sides are trying their best. It's just like a boxing match type of thing. They're trying to stand as far as long they can, so they can pick up a best deal out of. And they both are trying to strike the best deal for their countries, or for the world, if I would say that. And I don't see it's going to happen. Even though, I mean, to me, after end of the 2 weeks, they may ask for more time, and mutually they will give the more time to each other. So this is a very, very, very serious matter. This is not something 40 some years of conflict, and so much has gone, so many deaths have gone through this thing, and so many losses are there. So this is not something you would really can do finish in one meeting. And there will be several meetings behind the scenes separately with the one party and the mediators, and gradually they bring them down to the level where it may be acceptable, and it may not be acceptable in a full. Maybe they have to do it in a partial and different, like of step one, we do this thing, and then buy more time and do the step two, and buy more time and do the step three. So this is a time consuming conversation. This is a time consuming, and so much to consult with each other and with their own experts and with their higher up. So the breakthrough will not come that quick. That's how I can say that. And yes, something acceptable, one little deal here and there, and this is how one by one they will get to some place where it's going to be acceptable for both sides.